In this video, we're going to look at whole number applications, addition and subtraction. And we're going to look at these three word problems that use either addition or subtraction, and we really want to focus on the structure. Now, it's tempting to look at these and just start adding them and subtracting them in every which way, but you really want to use the context, use the word problem to help you make sense of what you need to do. So I'm going to highlight important information. Suzanne earned 19 more points on her math test than Frank. So notice this is a comparison. If Suzanne earned 99 points, so that's more given information, how many points did Frank earn? Okay. So you see 19 more points, you see 99 points. It may be tempting to add them, but let's think about this. So this means that we'll use S for Suzanne. Suzanne's points equals Frank's points plus 19. Okay, so if you take how many points Frank earned, add on 19, that's how many Suzanne earned. Okay, so we know what Suzanne earned, 99. We want to find what Frank earned, and we know the difference is 19. So you can use the idea of fact families here, okay, because here we don't know what to add to 19 to get 99. So how could we rewrite this? Well, we could say that 99 minus 19 is what Frank earned. Okay, so if you could add 19 points to Frank's points to get Suzanne's, that means you could take Suzanne's and subtract the 19 to get Frank's points. This is 99 minus 19, which is 80. Let's look at the next one. Kayla hiked 3 meters downwards relative to sea level from her campsite. Her new location was 4 meters relative to sea level. And we want to know, what is the altitude of her campsite relative to sea level? Okay. So again, before you just start adding or subtracting, let's draw a picture. Okay, so Kayla hiked 3 meters downwards relative to sea level from her campsite. So I'm just going to make this her campsite. Okay, so this, I can kind of visualize this spatially. You can kind of imagine it, so that's why I'm making this kind of represent the situation. So here she is, and she hiked 3 meters downwards from her campsite, and her new location was 4 meters relative to sea level. Let's make this a different color. So this is her new location, and it is 4 meters relative to sea level. Well, that means, I'll draw the sea, it's going to be red. I know that doesn't make sense, hopefully. And here's sea level, and this distance, her new location, is 4 meters relative to sea level. So it asks, what is the altitude of her campsite relative to sea level? So here's her campsite. So notice here's sea level, so we would go up 4 and up another 3 to find what her campsite is relative to sea level. So here, this is actually an addition problem. 3 plus 4 meters, or 7 meters relative to sea level. Okay, and notice you have to read through these carefully, because you see she went 3 meters downwards. Well, that may make you think you need to subtract the 3, but when you sort through the structure of the rest of the problem, you see the 3 meters downwards actually needs to be combined with the 4 when you look at it relative to sea level. Always draw pictures if you can. Okay, they can be really helpful in making sense of a problem. Let's look at the last one. Chris has 12 goldfish in his aquarium and a total of 48 fish. How many of Chris's fish are not goldfish? That's hard to say. Okay. And this one is a part whole problem, so we're thinking of we have fish that are not goldfish plus fish that are goldfish equals all of his fish. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So he has 12 goldfish, so that's these, and a total of 48 fish. How many are not goldfish? Okay. So again, this scenario is sort of like this one, where the value we're trying to find, we can't add 12 to something we don't know, so we're going to have to rewrite this using a fact family, or the idea behind a fact family. Well, if the goldfish plus not the goldfish equals 48, then we can say that all fish minus the goldfish equals the non-goldfish. Okay, so this is 48 minus 12, and that result is 36. So in our box here, we'll write all of the fish minus the fish that are gold gives us the result of the fish that are not gold. So again, really try to focus on the structure here and make sense of them. And you may think, oh, I don't really need to do this. When we start working with fractions and decimals, you're really going to want to have this skill and build it up with these problems, which are actually a lot easier compared to the fraction ones.